California has one of the states that has high fees. You will pay LLC tax fees that are, I believe, $800 in addition to the LLC fees that you will pay for state registration. So you just have to know the different fees you may have to pay. So those are two things about proper formation: knowing that you are a separate legal entity, and then knowing where you actually need to file based on where you're operating, and if you have a choice on where you can based on where you're operating, understanding the type of protections those states offer. Just having limited liability protection, certain states are a little weaker with affording those protections. Certain states, speaking of California is a weaker state when it comes to protecting assets. There are certain states where they're weaker when we're talking about something called a charging order, meaning how, creditors can come in and get what they feel they're owed from your company. Certain states are stronger in those protections, certain states are not. And the states that are not, of course, there's ways to deal with that, but we'll get more into that later. But you want to look at the protections in the state, depending on the business you're running and or the type of assets that you are trying to protect. So that is two major factors. Also, when you're forming, to stay aligned with proper formation, you have to make sure that your state allows you to use an LLC for your business structure. Certain states don't even allow for certain professions to register an LLC as the business entity for the type of profession they're involved in. Certain states may say, there's this profession, like myself as an attorney, as a professional. Some states may say you have to register as a PC, a professional company, or an LP, a limited partnership, or LLP, a limited liability partnership. So it just depends on the state. Make sure that you are picking the type of entity that you can register for the type of service that you actually provide. That is really huge, to run around in the business industry and not be properly formed or appropriately formed for the type of service that you're actually offering. When you file, again, you will look at each state's breakdown, but in general, most states will require you need a registered agent. The person that is actually filing, if it's you or someone doing on your behalf, is considered the incorporator. The incorporator can be someone that is like an attorney or anyone who's just taking, through authority, taking the initiative to establish this LLC.